Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ran Parked, the show featuring myself, Cone Dodger, and Kurt and ZK. I don't think that's the right way to say that at all, and I don't care.
I think you counted yourself like 3 times there.
How many times do I count, really? But it's a show where we talk about car ads around the internets that we have found on the internets because we have no life and we don't have enough money to buy all the cars we find. That's my new proper description of the show.
I'm putting it in all of the uploads.
Good. I'm excited for this rebranding. This week, we're not going to dive straight into the ads because we don't have car news, but a car topic has been spurred between me and ZK.
Is this like this really grinds my gears?
It's kind of like this really grinds my gears, but it's a little bit, it's related to car sales. So therefore, I feel as though it's related to the show. Right? Silence.
Right.
We're thrilled and so ready for this.
I had to take a drink to get myself ready for this.
See, Kurt doesn't know. Kurt's over here like with his hands up in the air going, I don't know what they're on about. So
Yeah, these two have had chance to prepare their notes.
No,
and their thoughts.
We don't have notes. We just have rage.
I had to put on my rant pants earlier.
What's the deal with people buying cars? Why?
Yeah, you should stop that.
Why do people think it's okay to walk when they need a new car? They think it's okay to just walk into a dealership and just say to the nearest person, I need a car. Why is that okay?
End of topic.
It's not only, it's like they show up and I don't know. Do people go, I want a Ford, and then they show up and be like, I think I want a blue one.
I don't even know that they know they want a Ford.
Do they just go wherever's close? Do they see the little inflatable?
They see the wacky waving inflatable 2-man arm guy, and they go, they have cars there. I would like one of those.
It's about time for a new car.
This is all snark. Just so you know, this is all snark. We realize not everybody is like that, and most people aren't so eager to just buy any car. But the general consensus.
I don't believe that though.
For me,
I think they do. I don't think people care, and it hurts.
I think most people just accept that there is the right car for them, and they just go and they get whatever car there is there that vaguely fits that description. But the big thing is, I think most people don't actively try to find a car that they want. They just know that they need a new car so that they can have a new car. So would people not buy as many cars if they actually took the time to find which car was right for them? And don't trust the dealership to tell you which car is right for you because they don't care.
They just want you in the most expensive one that you'll sign for.
Exactly. They don't care if you don't need an F-250 with a long bed. They have to sell an F-250 with a long bed this month.
Because they ordered one, and that's the one thing I wanted to rant about was they have the quick order packages and then dealers order, however many cars they order to put on the lot. And they're like, okay, we need 5 of the base models, 30 of the mid models, and 30 of the high trim models. And there's quick order packages that have options A, B, and C, and then D, E, and F, etc. Except for when you're looking for a specific thing that supposedly exists. An example of this, I think, is both Betty, right?
Right.
That was a custom order car. No dealership would order that, even though it's probably a good combination.
But what's annoying is it's not a custom order car. It's not like somebody rung up Audi and was like, hey, I want one of those TTs with a VR6 and a manual, because you can't do that today. That doesn't exist.
No.
If they
you
don't
could
make the car.
kind of do that in the 60s, maybe?
Right, maybe. But the deal is they make that car. Like that car was in their production line, but no dealer would order it because they didn't think it would sell as fast as the other ones. So you couldn't just go to a dealership lot and find that car. So you would have to go to a dealership and be like, no, I want this car. You need to order one of these in.
Yeah. A specific example of this is I was looking at the Honda Accord, and they have the 2-liter sport model that comes in a manual because it's one of the few like modern sedans that comes in a manual. And across the United States, there is currently 13 of them for sale.
New.
At a dealership. New, yeah. And 12 of those are in silvers and grays and blacks. Only one of those had a color to them.
Right. But if you want one, if you wanted that car and you were like, okay, I want this Accord 2-liter in a manual, but I want it, purple. You're not going to get that. You're not going to be able to walk up to a dealer and be like, I want this car. Could you get this for me? No, they are going to argue with you until the end of the day.
Or like even like I just want to, maybe it's not the car for me, okay? But I would like to test drive it, right?
Good luck.
There's not even that combination anywhere near me. I actually emailed the dealer and they were like, oh, so you want the hybrid model, right?
Yeah. I've always hated the dealership experience, but I feel like it's a bad thing that's fed by its consumers. Like, I don't understand why people are so lackadaisical about how they pick their car, or like, oh, well, this one, it didn't have the sunroof, but that's okay. We'll get it anyway. It's like
it's the second most expensive thing people buy in their life.
Right. Why not?
And they just pick one of the ones that are there.
It's very strange. It's very strange.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's certainly the one part of all of like the automotive culture, everything that has to do with cars. The whole dealership thing is like the dark side of it. I hate that side of it. It's very bad.
Well, I guess...
And even for us who go off like Craigslist and used ads, like there's no good used cars if there's not good new cars.
True. Kurt, are you the other side of this?
I don't know that I believe the other side of this or whatever, but I suppose you could look at it like, how did you, Cone Dodger, pick out your brand new refrigerator?
How did I pick out my refrigerator? Honestly, I went and looked through every like place I could buy refrigerators, and because I live nowhere, there was one place, and I got the cheapest one. However, I've often said, and you make a good comparison there, that some people think cars are appliances and some people think cars are like, their own separate tier of items. Like car people think cars are above an appliance. But if you were buying an appliance and you wanted a refrigerator with an ice tray or like an ice maker, and you went to the store and they didn't have any with ice makers, you'd probably be upset. And you'd probably be like, hey, can you order me one with an ice maker? But I don't think people do that with cars, or not enough people do that with cars. And then they end up with a car they don't like.
And then they think, go ahead, Kurt.
No, I was going to say, I don't know. We might have should have found one of these mythical people who just go in and take what they're given at a car dealership. I think there are still requirements that like people have, like how many seats is
Sure.
how many doors. I have kids or whatever. But there certainly are less requirements than you or I would have for a car if we're picking out a car or looking for a car. So I'm sure there's price. Maybe somebody goes in, they want the cheapest car, so they end up with a Chevy Cavalier for 10 years.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do feel it's also weird, like who these dealerships with inflatable tube arm men and dinosaurs, like does that bring in business? is that a return on investment that these
Chevy
used
dinosaur.
car dealers get? I don't get that aspect of marketing and advertisement, but
I think the big thing that gets me is, so I've actually custom ordered cars before because I'm weird. But back to the Accord, I can't even see something similar because there are no 2-liter manuals in existence.
Right. That's
So without committing to $30,000 or whatever it is, I can't experience that and see if it's actually something I want.
yeah.
I can understand, okay, well, we don't have this specific one that you want in this color. We do have a manual. We do have one with the entertainment package. You can check both of them out, see if you like those, and we can order you the one with all of those. But they don't have that spread of options available, even though, well, it's technically available, but you can't experience it and see if it's something you want.
Because they'll have 65 of the same exact model on the lot.
Mhm.
Like they'll just be,
And they're all silver.
yeah, they'll just be the exact same car over and over and over. Why not have choice a little bit? And again, I think it's because, and I'm speaking from experience here. Like I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. I have literally helped people buy cars where they will insist that I tag along so that they don't get quote unquote ripped off. And as I'm there and they're going there literally for a Ford Escape or whatever, they walk out the door with a Mazda 3. And it just blows my mind because I knew going in that's not what they wanted. But they didn't have what they wanted, so they ended up with something completely different. And it's crazy. I don't get it.
Can we at least agree, though, that a Mazda 3 is probably better than an Escape?
In the end, probably, yes. It's a weird rant, and it's completely irrelevant probably to our show because I'm sure most of our audience is not that way. It's just something that I think me and ZK both agree on is it's really frustrating because it's probably one of the main reasons I'm just currently and never in my life have been interested in buying an actual new car because the new car buying experience is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Rant over. I feel better letting the world
also
know.
I've never seen an inflatable Stegosaurus.
No?
Of all the dinosaurs, you chose a Stegosaurus.
They
It's
were
always
my
a T-Rex.
favorite.
It's the easiest one to draw, Kurt.
And this artwork will be available on a t-shirt never.
Yes.
Absolutely never.
I'd buy one.
Today we have a special guest on the show, by the way. It's Xerxes. He's very noisy. I don't know why. Let's get into Ranwin Park, though. This is not a 1969 Chevrolet AMX. And the person that posted this ad is very aware of it. Can you imagine having to take down your ad and repost it with the correct information? Could you imagine doing such a thing?
The horror.
No, instead I'm going to write something angry in my post about it. But it is a 69 AMX 394 speed. That is a Ranwin Park special with a clean title and is offered, has been offered $7,500 cash. So if you can't beat that, don't waste yours or my time.
But he listed it for $1,234.
This whole thing is really a bamboozle, isn't it?
I believe so.
Now, we talked a little bit about old AMC last time. I feel a little bit better about these. The AMX, kinda. Ish.
I dig the paint scheme.
Yeah, the paint scheme really makes it. The interior leaves a little bit to be desired.
Did you say the interior leaves?
I don't see a lot of leaves. I see spider webs and layers of old car seats.
And
the leaves are out here.
disintegrating seat foam.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not a perfect car for sure. But I guess these are starting to become pretty desirable in the world of the AMC.
I'm telling you, AMC is coming up. Everyone forgets about them.
Is that like, this is your car collecting fortunes, your what is it called? Your
This show is not official
Prediction.
advice, and we're not
Prediction.
liable for any.
your bad financial decisions. It's a mouse.
Market watch.
What I need to know is the hood bent? Is something wrong with the hood, or is that just how it looks? Because it looks bent. Like the whole face looks bent.
I think that's how it was.
It's got a
Really?
pointy hood. I think the bumper is pushed in and up because it's supposed to kind of be
here.
a symmetrical grill there.
So the bent part isn't up here; it's down here.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Just looking at pictures of them and like actual not destroyed Rhine parked ones, and yeah.
Because this one, like,
Adds
from
in
this
his
angle,
area.
didn't look that way.
If this was nicer, I'd be interested.
Yeah, if it was nicer, I don't understand people who are all like, I know what I have, and then don't even bother to like brush the pine needles out or get it out of the
Move that
vines.
Nothing.
Yeah, whatever this antenna is, it's just resting on the hood. It's a confusing state of car ads.
If he's been offered 7,500, he should have taken it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be
That
wasting
guy
everybody's
was
time.
dumb.
Missed out. What is this?
Oh, this is your Ranwin part? Oh god.
This is my Ram parked. I'm firing on all cylinders here.
No kidding. Does this
This
have
is
any?
I will find out. This is a Volkswagen Mini Camaro project car, parentheses, for 3,200. It's a Mini Camaro, early 70s, Funtastic Camaro with a shortened Volkswagen frame, fiberglass body. Does not run, rusty chassis. Extremely rare. Bill of sale only, no title.
I'm in love.
Perhaps. Yeah. You want the coolest golf cart
Yeah.
that is not legal to drive on golf courses.
Well, technically, it's a Beetle.
True.
True. That's a regular sized gas store gas cover, I'll have you know.
As far as as we've seen thousands of these at this point of the Volkswagen conversions, but this is by far, I think, the first
Not
one
this.
that makes me go like, I actually want this because it's so stupid and cute.
The front's so weird.
It's very weird.
It's not even a real grill. It's like a decal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a fiberglass like kit. Like this doesn't seem
Mhm.
homemade. This seems like somebody sold these and somebody bought them. Oh boy. It looks like a Power Wheels stamped like body. Like it has that level of detail to it.
Yeah, yeah. All the actual detail is just a sticker.
Mm-hmm. The windshield is literally just a flat piece of glass.
Go back to that front view, like the zoomed in one. I think it was the windshield one.
Oh,
Yeah, look how uneven the top is.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's not good. I also like this one for reference of like that's a human next to it.
Right, yeah. It's got a 2-foot turning circle.
Yeah.
I want this. Not for the price they're asking, but
I
man.
mean, it is the right sized for your family. If there was ever people that could make use of this. I don't even know. That just looking at the scale of like the seats and everything, I don't know that it's drivable.
No, not by a normal sized adult,
How
which is
bizarre.
standing right next to it.
Yeah. How much money's 3,200?
3,200. Extremely rare.
I think for
Fantastic.
once, yes.
Is Funtastic a brand? Like, is that a brand of who made this body?
I'm
Could
like
be.
Googling it, and yes, they do exist.
Oh, it exists.
Oh, it's even a shortened VW frame.
Yeah, that's shorter than a Bug by a lot.
Man, this thing is so cool.
I'm surprised it's not painted in some kind of like obnoxious color too.
Yeah, like you're paying $3,200 for just that fiberglass. The rest of it you could throw away and put on a better chassis or something.
What, a go-kart frame? What are you gonna, what are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. I want it though. Kind of, not really, but yes.
It's pretty cool. Man, I'm worried about what he's got for best stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I want it.
A 1978 Toyota pickup. It is a extended. No, it says it's long bed. It's just your average 78 pickup, except for this little truck. Or hello, collectors. This little truck ran like a dream when it was parked last week.
Oh.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? That tire is exploded, sir.
The last week of somebody's life, maybe. What?
It is utterly adorable, and we regret leaving it behind. We were retiring and not taking stuff with us. That's kind of dark, I thought.
Yeah,
too,
a little dark.
We regret not.
Oh, they're not taking the dog with them either.
Or the 3 half grills.
Half a grills, yeah. I was sad that it didn't have the grill. Yeah, it is all one side, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Oh, no. The far one is the passenger side.
I've never really seen in one of these. I like the gauges. I was always more a fan of the Datsuns, but the old enough Toyotas like this one, I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Also, apparently they have more than just the one dog.
Yeah. Seems like they have dogs.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not sure that's the correct orientation for that mirror.
To show oncoming traffic what they look like.
I was like, go back to the dog because it has the best expression in the world. Just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. This is
Why?
my house.
Why?
Why do we have 3 half a grills? How did this happen? This little truck ran like a dream when it was parked last week. They have to be joking, right? That has to be humor.
But the rest of it is not humorous.
That's the confusing part, yes.
And they're retiring and not taking stuff with us. But we regret leaving it behind. Are they going on like a cult suicide?
Oh, wow.
That's the vibe I'm getting from this. This has cult energy.
It has cult energy. That's a tall fence, too.
It's all them tigers they're keeping.
Them references. That's some good patina, too. It's surprisingly not rusty. Like, it's rusty, but it's not like Datsun rusty.
Yeah. If you give it the old Comet wash, I think it would actually look decent.
I think some of the paint's missing, so that might not be great, but it's a good start. How many monies? 4,000 is too many monies.
That's way too many monies.
Does it come with the dog, though? Because those dogs look expensive.
That dog also kind of has the I want to speak to your manager haircut.
The dog does have that haircut, yes.
Good start. Good start. All right, let's make some mistakes. This is a mistake I think I've tried to make on the show before, but this is one that is ripe for the mistaken. It is a 1966 Dodge Dart GT. I don't know much about the Dart lineage, what years are cool, what years are desirable, what years are trash. All I know is I like this body style a lot. I like this car.
The new ones are trash.
Okay. Sorry, not the Mitsubishi. The Fiat ones are trash. But this one with the 273 V8 4-speed 4-barrel car is cool to me. I like this a lot.
From like behind the front door, it looks a lot like the Mustang, like the first generation Mustang.
Kind of. A bit.
And the front looks like a Chevy.
And the back is very Dodge.
Yes.
I specifically
Ooh,
really
that
like the
interior.
back design. Yeah, the interior is pretty cool and pretty nice. Like it's.
And this actually looks pretty complete.
Yeah, this is a good
And
mistake
even
car.
had
I
an
feel.
air cleaner.
Even had an air
You
cleaner.
as an air
Yeah.
cleaner. That's
Yeah.
sold.
Sold. Look how simple that engine bay is because of the weird suspension setup on Dodges. It's just all inner fender, basically. It's a
I
sharp,
see like 3 wires that actually go to the engine.
right? Pretty sharp looking car, I think.
I guess would it? I mean, I like a Dart or a Plymouth Valiant or whatever.
Mhm.
I wonder, did they come with V8s?
Yeah,
Like I always see them with slant sixes and stuff.
I'm pretty sure that because this is a Dart GT, I'm pretty sure you could get a V8 in them.
Back when you had options
Right.
at the dealership, right?
And you can see this one's actually badged like 273 on the side. So yeah, I think this is a real. I don't think this particular year of them is very popular because I don't know. Maybe they're not good drag cars. I don't know.
Because the front end is ugly.
I don't think the front end is ugly. I don't think that's ugly.
Yeah, the previous generations had more of that rocket circle
Sure.
kind of.
It's not ugly.
Flared.
It looks very plain.
Yeah, it's a little bit more sedate. It's a bit more Falcon.
And is that a Doge?
It's a Doge, yes, which makes me want it even more. Really, really sells it for me. I like the front fin things; those are cool. This is a mistake I would very much so make. Fix it up. I don't want it to be like a hot rod. I don't want it to be a muscle car even, but I would want it to be, something that was sporty and fun, dailyable, something in that area.
Sporty might be a stretch, but
I think you could
fun.
make it sporty.
does
got
it
a
say if it
manual.
runs, or is it just obviously on a trailer?
It runs.
This was a tractor shed find.
Not a barn.
Mm.
Not a barn.
For those at home.
There is a tractor
Not a
in the
barn.
background for proof.
Also, is that a weird tire right there? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what that is. Is that a barrel?
I think it's
I
all.
think that's like an upside down trash can.
This is a trash can. But if you look at this tire,
No.
I think the tire is all bubbling too. Or like it's got like swampers on the back or something. But $3,600. I don't know what these are worth. I would make this mistake. I think this is somewhere in the Kurt mistake area if it was nicer.
Yeah.
If it were nicer,
I want to be able
drivable
to
for $5,000.
drive things home.
Yeah.
I don't need to find some sort of ramp situation.
It already has a trailer.
Those are the best ads when it's like comes with trailer, so that they don't care anymore. They just want it gone. Speaking of Kurt,
Speaking of mistakes, hey ZK,
Oh, hey, this one.
this one.
it is a
39,
mistake.
posted 39 minutes ago. That's the first thing I noticed.
I check my my searches regularly.
Mm-hmm.
A 1983 Mitsubishi Starion Turbo. Starion?
I say Starion.
Brian?
Brian.
For $5,500. A one-owner car with 112,000 miles.
That's a good sign.
It's a
Mhm.
very good sign. But apparently, I've been informed, not the right Mitsubishi Starion.
It's not.
Which is why I didn't have to buy this one.
Yeah, it's so good. Like it's so rare to see these maintained in the way that this one is. And as you can tell, we've all seen this car before because Kurt's
Yes.
already been down this road.
Yes, I have. And one ZK put in a bid on
Yeah.
one on Bring a Trailer that he knew he wouldn't win.
It was a cheeky bid, okay. I do that occasionally. Sometimes it bites me like the War Master, but we don't talk about that.
I don't know. This was given. I don't know that much about them. I first heard of them when you bid on that one, and then this one popped up. It kind of has given me a little bit of 280ZX vibes from like the profile.
A bit.
Yeah.
the
So what you need to
hatchback.
know is that Mitsubishis are generally not good. However, they are interesting.
Yeah.
And the Starion's probably the best one. But this is the wrong one.
I've never seen one with an interior that's this nice before, though.
Right. This
Yeah,
one is
no, this
very
one's
nice.
insane.
It's even more insane that it's this nice. Look at this tack.
That is digital? That's like
It's digital.
LEDs.
Yeah. It's so insane that this one's in this good a shape because this is not the desirable one. So you know it was just somebody that had one and they just kept it.
Yeah, and the fact that it one owner and has over 100,000 miles meant that they like actually drove it. And when buying old cars, like sometimes lots of miles is a good thing because that means they actually maintained it.
Well, yeah, to get a Starion to last 112,000 miles, you got to put some work into that thing.
Mhm. It looked like the seats aren't ripped. Like I don't understand. I don't know what that picture is. Is that a floorboard?
I think that's a floorboard.
Yeah, that's like here's my ceiling.
I wonder how hard it is to wide body them, but I think it's actually stamped. Like, I think the rear quarters are actually stamped to wide body. So this one's going to be a narrow body forever.
But it has louvers.
It does have louvers. Honestly, even though it's the wrong one, if this was a $4,000 car, I think this is a mistake worth making because it's probably a riot. Like, it's probably really fun. And I think to people that aren't enthusiasts, they would think this is very cool because they don't know that a wide body Starion exists.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the 2.6 whatever it has either.
It's basically the same engine that was in the trucks, which isn't saying good things about it.
It looks very complicated.
Pretty complicated.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
trouble
it's a
identifying everything in this picture.
I think
Turbo EFI in the 80s, so it's got all of the vacuum lines.
I think this one, because it's early enough, I'm not sure, but I think it's also a blow-through throttle body injected engine. It is not port injected.
I think you're right because that ECI thing almost looks like a carb, which is kind of like.
I think this is like very early EFI stuff. Also, look at the size of the reduction here coming from the turbo. Like the intake goes inside of the turbo housing with no intercooler. It's got to be making single-digit pounds of boost, and then the air filter that is the size of like a shop vac. It's interesting for sure. And it's cool. Somebody put like a lot of effort into keeping this running and keeping it in good shape.
Yeah, like it looks old, but like everything's there. Everything looks.
I mean, the interior
the interior is immaculate. Like that's just.
If I found a 200SX that was in this shape, then I would be making horrible decisions with my life.
I don't need this kidney, right?
No. Oh, look at the vent there. Yeah, I've never even sat in one of these. I don't know that I've ever seen one. Like, I've seen them on the side of the road. I just spotted two here, actually, on the side of the road. But
it's like broken down or for sale?
No, they're just in somebody's yard rotting. But yeah, I've never been, like, in or around one.
I've seen a couple of the later ones at shows and stuff, but never the early models, and never one in this shape, at least.
You know who could fix that for us? Kurt?
No.
No.
Yeah, for a lesser price, I could see it being interesting. But then at the same time, I would rather have like a 280ZX or whatever.
I suppose, yeah.
So he didn't reply to your email then?
No, that's what. What I'm trying to say is somebody else snatched it.
But you found it so fast.
39 minutes ago.
Wow, it's even only a 4-speed. I guess they didn't get a 5-speed till later. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's too bad, Kurt. I would have probably never gotten to see that one either anyway, though.
No.
And the ZK Mobile.
I've always wanted an Autozam.
Right?
So I found one for sale. $4,400. That's real cheap for an Autozam.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a 94 Autozam Scrum.
What a name.
Which is actually one of the K vans,
It's like
which is
like an Acti. Isn't it the
Acti?
Acti? Yeah.
Acti? Yeah. It is a whatever the brand is called, Acti.
Whatever they were.
Because it's not a Mazda, it's a Suzuki. That's the word.
Oh, okay.
It's a Suzuki Acti, I believe, is what this actually is. But it's the Autozam version when they made, Autozams for the 2 years.
I wonder if there's anything like unique about it versus the other ones. Creature
It's
comforts.
got the badges.
Creature comforts are not there.
It's a K-van. It's built for a purpose.
Oh my gosh. The speedometer goes to 120 kilometers an hour.
Yes. Comes with a full tank, though.
Look at the size of that fuel gauge. It's gigantic.
Full flat seats for all your cargo needs.
It's practical.
Mm-hmm.
Standoff. Standoff.
Is that an order? Or is that...
I believe that cover is the engine.
Oh.
No, I was going to say, is that like the gas tank you could just pop on?
No, I think these are rear engined cars or vans or whatever.
Great. Hey, they got more back there.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's a Honda XC. I don't know. They're a lot of these are the same.
Look at the steering column coming between the pedals too. That's got to be comfortable.
A lot of vans are like that. Even full-size ones.
Not a lot of manual vans out there though.
This is true. But for $4,400, that's the cheapest AutoZam I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is $4,400 for anything like imported right-hand drive with the title ready to go is pretty good.
Yeah, I've talked to people and it's about $3,200 just in the cost of importing a car from Japan.
Taxes and fees and everything.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, there's a what is that behind it? A Nissan
POW? Is that a POW?
No, that's not a POW. That's
what's the other one? There's the POW and there's the Figaro?
Figaro, yes.
Figaro.
So this guy obviously knows what he has.
Obviously. But not at a ridiculous price, I don't think. I don't know what the heck you would use that thing for. But
if you look for K-vans, like that's not a bad price in general, especially for like a weird one.
You're a weird one.
Thank you.
Speaking of weird ones, mildly interesting 1988 Ford Merkur Sierra XR4Ti.
You've way overdone this category.
Well, we've had Merkurs on the show before. Like we've done the XR4Tis, I believe, right? I think we've had them.
I think so.
Basically, it's a Fox body Mustang-ish, but with the show engine. What were they called back then? It wasn't the show? It was
It was. I don't remember, but it's the all-wheel drive turbo version.
I don't think they're all-wheel drive.
The XRT4? What do you think the 4 stands for?
Is this what? Are they all-wheel drive?
Yes, these are the cool rally versions.
You gotta Google it because I don't remember the Merkurs being all-wheel drive. I think they're rear-wheel drive. They use that 2.3
anyway, they're cool.
turbo, but this one has a Sierra front end on it, which is interesting.
Is that what's weird about it?
Yes, because I don't like the front end of the Merkurs. I think they're ugly, but somebody converted this to a Sierra front end, and I think it looks really sharp.
Rear-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel drive. That's what I thought. And also, when I see this back design, it always reminds me of the Saab 92X.
They don't have the triple rear wing, though.
No. Oh, this engine is such a weird engine. What were they called? It wasn't the show.
Was like, it's the 2.3 turbo,
right?
That they had in like the Mustangs and stuff too.
Yeah, but there's a Mustang version of the Fox body generation that had the 2.3, and I can't remember what it's called, and it's bothering me. It's probably one right there. But yeah, I think that's neat looking. This thing's been modified in many ways. It's $4,500, so it's not ridiculously priced, but
Yeah, don't show this to my brother.
yeah, I think this is it's a neat project and something that's super unique. Like, you're not gonna cross another one of these on the road, but they're probably also very slow. It's neat.
I don't know. He had an ECU upgrade.
It's true, and some cam work. I just like the shape. It's got a good shape. Unique.
I think they're neat.
Two-tone's good. The front end conversion really makes it, though.
I do like
nice.
two-tone cars.
Two-tone cars are good. See, it wasn't that interesting. It was just mildly interesting.
We'll see.
Well, speaking
of Fox bodies.
Speaking of Fox bodies that are mildly
Now
interesting.
this is mild.
We've got a 1985 ASC McLaren for $2,950.
Only McLaren we can afford.
Rarer than your average Mustang. This is based off of the what is it based off of? The shoot. I looked this up and everything, and I now have forgotten.
Is this the Mercury version
Yeah,
of
it's a
the
Capri.
Fox body?
Yeah, it's a Capri.
Yeah.
Capri? Yeah.
But convertible.
Yeah, there were more convertibles than there are hardtops. I think there were only like 500 hardtops I was seeing.
See, I know what that ASC means, and it hurts me.
Mm-hmm.
American specialty cars.
Yes,
They are
the ones that converted the convertible 240SXs.
And every other convertible from 1985 to 1995, basically.
Yes, and they did not do a great job.
They were not known as the best. Are those like household AC vents on the hood?
On the hood.
Right here. They look very much so like something you'd find in your floor.
Yeah. Oh wow, they actually turned around the car and then just walk around it.
Turn the car around. So yes, and I don't even think the McLaren part of the name is from the McLaren you're thinking of, but they have separated at this point from.
No. This is McLaren.
McLaren.
No, it's that McLaren, but before they did McLaren things.
You know, all companies have a dark times, like Lotus.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
weird.
That is very weird, isn't it? It's
Did
like,
you
good luck after 85, just guess.
Huh.
I think this is during the time where I believe it was mandated 85 top speed, or at least top speedometer listing. So some companies did cheaty things like this.
That's funny. That's a funny picture.
That's what it was meant to compete with, apparently.
Wow.
As a cheaper alternative to your Mercedes.
Well, it certainly looks like a cheaper alternative to it. They nailed that.
Mildly interesting.
That top looks like it's going to be a nightmare.
If it's anything like oh no, wait, go back. Like I'm looking at the mechanics, and that looks exactly like the mechanics on the 240. And yes, it's a nightmare.
As he cries.
Because the company doesn't exist anymore, so you
Yeah.
can't get parts.
I see a lot of these McLaren, for as rare as they are, I see a lot of McLaren Mustang Capri things around lately on the internets, and I don't know why they suddenly appeared. Somebody's trying to insist that they're worth something now because they were rare.
I don't know. This is a pretty radwood car.
Sure.
It would, yeah. I mean, so I guess would be the Starion, but
Starion's a lot
it
cooler.
would still, yeah, right, true. It would still just be one of those that you go, huh, and then walk on to the next one.
Right.
Those are my favorite, though.
Would you even have
This
wasted?
category exists.
Would you have wasted a bit of your 35mm film on taking a picture of this though?
Probably actually, yeah.
Oh, well, there goes that argument. I've been thwarted.
The F40 gets the camera phone pictures.
Ah, yeah.
This is mildly interesting because we've had this car on the show before.
Is this the same one?
This is the exact same one. It's for sale again or relisted.
I think it's
the
by a new
Bradley
seller.
GT. No, it's the same. I remember very specifically. It's the same house.
Huh.
They only want $850 now. I don't remember what they wanted before, but now it's only $850.
It's still too much.
Yes. So, as a refresher, this is the Bradley GT kit car, which is again on a Volkswagen chassis, except for this was the missing floorboards and the electric converted one without all the electric conversions included. I didn't realize last time that they had the like new Beetle hubcaps on them.
Oh, I remember that. I remember the hubcaps very vividly.
But we get some extra pictures. Like they
Yeah.
mentioned that they have the glass door things, but
Mhm.
here they are in plastic.
Yeah.
Never been used.
There's the seats
There's
off to the side.
there's the completely unfinished electric conversion.
Right.
Yes. Which
it
is
really?
just some wires and the transmission.
There's a tray there too to put your batteries in. Come
Oh,
on.
yes, there is the tray. Sorry.
Oh gosh, you can see how badly those window door things would fit.
Mm-hmm. It went $850. How much do you think this would cost to finish? Go back. Don't look at this yet.
How much do you think it would cost to finish?
Drivable condition.
Drivable. I mean, you're looking at least what, $5,000 worth of getting the electric motor stuff working?
Plus $2,000 of floorboards and random bits here and
Right,
there. Like
yeah.
the doors you can just see through.
So yeah, I would say at least, let's say 8,000 to get it to be
8
like
to 10, yeah.
drivable. Not to mention the fact that this thing hasn't been finished, like put together in a long time, and it's probably a disaster. And not to mention that they were bad to begin with.
Or you could get a 73 Bradley GT for only $3,500 that is in running and driving condition with show quality metal flake paint.
Oh my gosh. It's still so bad.
But this is what they're supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this ad only had 2 pictures, but
That's all I need.
yeah.
Yep. That's
And this is the problem with buying people's projects.
especially when they're like, it's a project that was a cool kit thing to do 35 years ago that didn't age well, didn't work well, wasn't attractive then, isn't attractive now. Like there was no redeeming quality about these then. There's even less redeeming qualities about them now. You could win a lot of car shows or get a lot of more pride out of just fixing a regular Beetle.
Mm-hmm. But at least this one, for $3,500, may be worth it, you know? As a little weird cheap thing that you sell after a while. You're not gonna lose too much on it, at least.
Okay.
You're not gonna
Yeah,
spend $8,000 trying to get it running and, pull out all your hair.
I tell you what, if my autocross anything show ever takes off the ground, I'll do one of these. I would do it. That would be hilarious. I think that's the only thing I can actually think of that being entertaining to use for.
I do really like the boat paint on it, though.
I've always hated that paint so much with like the
I know
huge
it's awful, but
flakes
it's
in
so
it.
good.
All right. Well, let's get to the best ads. We're all very very nervous about what Kurt has for us this week. But
Watch out.
Before we do that, we got to look at the last week's winners. We had Kurt's BE1, we had ZK's overly Snapchatted Camaro, and my attempted off-road Miata. And the winner is Kurt with 47% of the vote, going for the I know what I have vote. I think you.
Well, it's also the weird selfie guy.
It's also, yeah.
He was the weird selfie guy. He was very proud.
Very proud. Very proud.
And now he can be even more proud. winning.
We're just adding to this person's ego. ZK.
We should come up with like a little MS Paint graphic of like best ad and then send it to the original.
I mean, I
Just
am
text it to the reply
an
numbers.
artist. Not a lot of love out there for the off-road Camaro, or not Camaro, Miata. But somebody was like, somebody asked, why would you do that to a Miata? And someone was like, it's their car, they can do whatever they want to it. And that is totally fair. Like, I have done dumb things with cars before. The difference is once you go to sell it and you try to act like it's something great, that no longer applies. Once you go to sell it, your PVC intake now is perfectly up to be judged. Sorry. If you want to modify your car in a weird way and keep it and appreciate it, you go right ahead. Now for this week's best of the week. Starting with me, 1986 Nissan D21. Totally not just trying to get ZK's vote. Let me just...
You're hurting me.
Let's just get that out of the way real quick. There is actually a best of here.
Look at this picture.
That's
so nice.
Look at this picture.
It's so low.
It's so low. Look at this picture. It's so
incomprehensibly low. It's sinking.
And look at this picture. It can't get any lower.
You know that gif of the wrestler manager guy?
Oh yeah, like...
That's just me right now.
So yeah, this is a heavily modified Nissan D21 with it's got the very notched frame and touches the ground. I like the like fold back sunroof. That's pretty cool. A lot of work went into this thing.
Paint job.
A lot of work, and they want like $8,000 for it. You couldn't build this truck for $8,000 for the record.
No, like that's a lot of money for, again, someone's project, but at the same time, like you couldn't replicate this for that.
If you were into this look, you couldn't do this for $8,000. But you know what you could do for $8,000? You could make better seats than this. These are the worst seats I've ever seen, realistically, in an automobile.
They remind me of like pool seats.
Yeah, I was gonna say like deck chairs off of like a ferry or a pool.
Look at the integrated cup holder rest thing too. Like someone made these.
Are those like fiberglass or metal that you actually sit on?
It's definitely metal. I would say.
Hard. Yeah,
it's hard. Can you imagine? Not only the seats, but this is a lowrider D21. You know it rides like absolute butts. And then that seat.
Yeah, I hope you don't like your spine. That carpet though.
Yeah, protect that carpet with the plastic like office chair.
Right.
Carpet protector.
There's a lot of custom stuff. Like I'm sure that's customized carpet to match the theme and everything. And
you sure they didn't start with a random rug from IKEA and then built the truck around that?
They could have.
Inspired.
Yeah.
I didn't see any seatbelts either. I don't see any side view mirrors on the doors. So the street legality might be questionable as well.
Listen, Kurt.
In Texas, it'd be fine.
My part of the world, they ain't gonna care. It's everything that is these vehicles, isn't it?
This guy is the same guy that had your first one. He listed it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now says, "Don't waste my time. I want 8,000."
He has much better photography, though.
True.
Also, does it have taillights at all?
Yeah, if you look at the back there, those little like cutout LED ones, like the little
I'm gonna have to turn up the brightness on my monitor.
Yeah, I can barely see that.
Oh, this is kind of local to me. I want to find this car show that's got like an MR2, a Corolla wagon, and a thing, and then a slammed hardbody pickup. Like, who are these people? I need to find these people.
Yeah, no, these are good people. You should
contact me. All right, Kurt, what have you got for us?
You could get that electric conversion kit car, or you can get a 3-wheeled electric car that, by the way, is okay for the carpool lane for only $2,500. A 2009 Triac electric car. Only a handful were ever made. I wonder why.
Wonder why.
So happy.
It's not even running. I should have put this in Ramlin Parked. Not running. I think the main solenoid has gone bad. That's no problem.
What has a solenoid on an electric car?
What's really bizarre is this is an electric car with a manual transmission that they only used second and fifth in.
But I usually only use second and fifth. Well, see, electric cars have all the torque all the time, so you
Right.
don't really need.
But why would it a stick shift at all then?
Is this based off of something like that? Front end looks, it's so happy. It's so cute, but it looks familiar. And then it looks like the rear end is kind of hacked to have
I
the
don't
third
understand why every vehicle like this has to look so stupid. Like, why can't there just be a normal looking 3-seater electric car? Like, why can't that be a thing?
Because then it would be a Chevy Volt and they would never sell and they would have to cancel the model.
Like they did with this.
Can we talk about whatever that is? I think that's a prelude in the background, and somehow that's more interesting. Oh,
I don't know. This is pretty cool.
They have a lot of pictures of it.
Look at that. Just look at it. That is a
Take it in.
a silhouette.
What happens when you get rear-ended in this?
No, it doesn't look. It doesn't look happy. It looks proud of itself.
It
It's
kind of
like,
does.
yeah, I'm a good car.
Are they? Did they?
Is it front-wheel drive?
They built a conversion box that takes like the Tesla charger and turns it into a regular like 220 box. That's pretty ingenious. Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's all your information.
5 hours to go
2009.
from zip to full.
It's from zip to full.
It is a 27 horsepower water-cooled AC electric motor with a 5-speed manual.
Weird.
But you only need 2 gears.
Yeah, apparently.
Weird. What's really weird is that this thing cost them like $3,800 originally or something like that. Like, I'm not seeing a lot of money here.
Well, it was $2,500 for the AC package.
Oh, was there a total price? Oh, MSRP $24,000. Okay, all right. That's
Woo-wee.
a lot of money.
Single occupant. It's not even a 2-seater.
It said 2-seater. It said it was carpool friendly.
This says, well, yeah, because like certain cars
Yeah,
have exceptions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have low emissions or no emission, you can use the carpool.
But looking at it, I thought
It
had
looked
2
like it had
seats.
2 seats.
Yeah, it's
I
got
saw
2
2
headrests. They lied.
That the official ad says single occupant. As far as these things go, this looks like fairly well put together too. Like that looks like a custom windshield. It doesn't have like a windshield off of Versa or something.
Huh.
Yep, that exists. That exists.
Does exist.
On July 18th, 2011, green vehicles had ceased operations.
Oh,
I wonder why.
That's too bad.
So what we have here is a 1965 Chevy pickup desk.
Oh.
From this picture, I thought it was a truck that was slammed and my interest was piqued. However, it was then rewarded later. It has everything you need for your quarantine needs.
Clorox and vodka.
No, it's an L-shaped desk.
It's an L-shaped desk made out of the pickup cab or the bed of a 60s Chevy pickup. And even has the remaining quarter that you can use as a decorative shelf thing.
I love that it's like slammed too. That's
Yeah, oh, it's so good.
It'd
So
be
as
too
far
high
as
if it
these-
wasn't.
So what room did you put this in? $2,500 is a lot for a desk.
It does remind me of like Powers in his Jeep desk, though.
It does, yeah.
It's just in time for Father's Day.
I don't know how I feel about
Look,
it.
look, go back. The little quarter fender has storage in the top to hide all your
Oh,
nefarious
this.
things.
I thought this was the L-shaped desk. This is not the
No,
L-shaped desk.
No, it's a package deal.
Oh,
You get
well,
the
then
whole bed.
$2,500 is fine.
For a desk and
A
storage?
desk shelf? I like that this is the one that has a monitor on it, though. I guess this is a business or something. Not sure what they're doing here.
I think this is someone's corner of their weird suburban house.
Stop talking about your house like that.
Is that a bucket with a toilet seat on it in the background there?
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I was a little.
I think it's just a seat. Like, I think that's just supposed to be a bar stool, right? Listen, I'm pretty redneck. I know what you do with a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that's what it is.
They went for the Ryobi one. See, I think I should have gone for the Ryobi one. Sorry. Good find. Good finds. I don't know that it's a car, but
I was confused by this.
Hey, it's best ad, okay? It was listed in the cars and trucks on Craigslist, okay?
Did you think it was going to be a truck, like a full truck?
I saw, this is what I saw in the preview, and I clicked on it, and then I was surprised and amazed. Open the trades.
I have an IKEA desk. Do you want that?
Open for Father's Day. I think my dad would actually legitimately really want this. Like, he would.
I do like the really. I love that shot with the tequila and the.
Yeah,
and the Clorox wipes, because it's like that hidden storage and the tailgate still works. You know, like it's a nice little added feature.
I dig it. All right, well, those are the best ads of the week. Make sure you click the little exclamation point in the top right. It'll be like there the whole time. You could vote from the very beginning because that's how YouTube does things, but you should probably have waited till now to vote for your best ad of the week. Thank you all for watching and listening to our beginning rant. But please, seriously, take your time. Find the right car for you. You wouldn't just go to the pound and like open the first gate and be like, "That's my dog." Don't do that with your dog. That's it for our show this week. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ooh.